Hello, I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Izzy, and we need help.
Each week we stumble through a new book, method, or concept that brings us one step closer to being our best self.
Yes, we make fun of ourselves.
And others.
But mostly just ourselves. So here's to not taking self-help quite so seriously.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Izzy, and this is the Afterbirth for the Pellet episode.
The Pellet.
And it's also our last episode of the season.
It's our last Afterbirth.
That's the sound you make when you're squeezing out Afterbirth.
I don't know what sound you make because I had 2 cesarean births.
Okay. It was like...
Yeah. Oh, gosh, you're good at that.
I'm good
That's
at sound
exactly
effects.
how it sounded. Yeah. So how is your week going?
Good. Yeah, we got a lot to cover today, and we don't have very much time to do it. So
No, we gotta
we
run.
got like
this
so
is
many
gonna be a
huge
quick
topics.
episode.
Yeah.
If you're just running to 7-Eleven, this is your perfect podcast.
This is
here.
it.
So my dad's in town.
Oh,
My father.
OMG, how's that going? Is that why you look so pretty?
Yeah, because I am the pretty one according to him.
So everyone log on to YouTube so you can see how pretty Lizzie looks today.
Yes, I am very pretty. I like to get that way for my dad. I don't see what's wrong with that. My dad.
There is something in that, though. There
is
something in that, though. I remember when I was in rehab, another one of my rehab stories. And I had gained a lot of weight because that's what happens in rehab. Like you set aside the crack and then suddenly like you need new crack, which is usually in the form of chocolate and carbs. So I was in there 6 months and I hadn't seen my family in 6 months, and my dad was taking a trip to Poland. So he decided to visit me in rehab. And I remember I was like all excited because I haven't seen him in 6 months. And I opened the door of the rehab when he came in there and he goes, "You've gained weight." That was the first thing he said. And I was like, you want your dad to say like, "You look pretty, honey."
Yeah, you want to say anything other than you're fat.
Yeah. You've gained weight.
Yeah, my dad, if I put on 1 pound, my dad's like, "Gained a little weight there, Liz."
Yeah.
And I hate to be called Liz too,
Yeah.
but he doesn't care about that.
Yeah. And like, I was thinking like, yeah, I was a lot thinner when I was smoking crack. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
crack keeps you thin, kids. Yeah. Remember that.
There you go.
Doesn't do shit for the smile.
Yeah. So your dad's in town.
My dad's in town, and he's something. He's a rip. He's brought my 7-year-old nephew Mikey, who is hilarious.
Oh,
we're enjoying him so much. But I get to see a little bit of my dad's like parenting technique, which was not parenting. He doesn't really acknowledge you as a child. And then that moves on to adulthood too.
Yeah. So is that where all your trauma came from?
No.
Wait, yes, but no.
No, I'm not pining for every male approval at all.
I'm pining for approval of everyone. I'm an equal opportunity piner.
And I'm not wanting attention at all because my dad never ever acknowledged my existence. No, not at all.
So what else is going on? This is a big week.
Oh, well, abortion is a huge issue in our country, as you guys over there in Poland might have noticed.
Yeah.
We're having a bit of a growing pain.
Yeah.
Growing pain. So that's separated our country even more.
I think, let's divide the country as much as possible so everyone's fighting with each other so, nobody gets along and they're easier to manage then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I have like a really extreme opinion on abortion because I think they should be mandatory. You know, I really do. I think I should sit on the board of who should get one.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
You can be it's like Gladiator. You're like there with like your and then you like this.
I want a gong. Could I gong?
The
And if I
abortion
gong
gong.
you,
Yeah.
the abortion gong, and if I gong you, you're not ready for parenthood.
Yeah. It's good.
Or you're too ugly for parenthood.
Yeah. You just want you're
Or
crawling
you're
into
too stupid.
you're like going into Hitler territory now. You need to be look a certain way and
I don't need another nickname, Lizzler or something like that. No. No. It's prettier than that. It's like my abortion, my mandatory abortion is going to look like a 5-star resort.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to it's like I'll call it like a Bobo spa.
A bobo. What if they just that's what they started calling abortions? I'm not getting an abortion. I'm getting a bobo.
It's an abobo. Stop. We need to rebrand abortions is what we need to do.
Jesus.
I know my face hurts.
Yeah.
Let's just let's all calm down.
Yeah.
About this. You know, I did tell Jason I wanted to invest in coat hangers. He didn't listen to me.
Stupid man.
Stupid man. It's awful. It's awful for everybody. I feel bad for people who feel so strongly that it's murder, because that has got to be hard to sleep with.
Yeah.
I feel so strongly about having the choice to do with what you want for your body, but I also feel that I should have the choice for everybody.
I have mixed feelings about it. Like I really do. So I just feel like yeah, I mean, I was a careless teenager, because that was an option. Like, oh, I'll just
The abortion was an option for you as a teenager?
It was, yeah. Yeah.
See, $1,500 was not an option for me as a teenager. That's why I had a child at 18.
Yeah. 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 I just it's just crazy what's going on, and I wonder where this is all coming from. Like, yeah, I'm trying to understand why why it got overturned now, like what's happening now. Like, I don't quite get it.
I think anything that is going to bring a large group of people down is, I mean, when it happens, why did it happen? How did it happen? How did we let this happen? Like, why do we care if it happens? That's my thing. Like, why do we care if another person has an abobo? TM.
Bobo.
Yeah. Like, I joke. I'm not pro abortion. I want to, I wish I might make the t-shirt. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not pro abortion because I have had an abortion, and I'm going to openly say it. And I wouldn't normally, but I've had one, and it was horrible. It was a terrible decision to make. It didn't feel like fly by night, just plain decision. And I'm going to tell you, every time I see somebody on Facebook, or it's mainly on Facebook, it's Instagram doesn't give a fuck if you get an abortion.
Yeah.
But whenever I see it, I feel personally shamed and damned by my friends by it. And it makes my ego jump up and say, you know what, you weren't there. You don't know what it was like for me. And and I don't think I don't want to feel like I'm on the defense like that with that hard decision that I made.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to feel like that from my friends. So if you're my friend and you're putting it out there, I want you to know you're hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
You're judging me.
Yeah.
And when you're judging me, and then especially if you're doing it under the guise of God or religion or anything like that, I want you to know I'm fucking double judging you back.
Two wrongs don't make a right. but two rights made a plain.
Yeah. Damn, that's good. Did you make that up?
I
That's so
did.
awesome.
Yeah. But I love
Wow.
what you said before we hit record, that women should not be arguing about this issue.
No, I support everybody in their non-abortion and their abortion.
Yeah.
Actually, I talk about Amanda, my mom's neighbor, when we were kids, and she'd leave, or they would leave the baby to go to the bar because this baby wasn't wanted.
Mm.
And my mom would climb in that window and take care of the
Yeah,
baby
I
until they
remember that
got home from the
story.
bar, and then
Yeah.
she'd quick climb out. So I really do feel strongly that children that aren't wanted, to want them to be brought into the world is just so cruel.
Mm.
I hate that. I hate that thought because I've seen it, but
Mhm.
like, I don't judge you if you have a baby and you end up struggling, and the baby ends up struggling really hard because of it, because that's the life that they are given, and they're going to make the best out of it. Like, I don't judge that. I really don't judge that.
Yeah.
I feel like crackheads should have abortions. It's hard to
It's
be
hard
like,
to
"Kid."
say what the universe, what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of,
Well,
people who are born into those situations that have done really amazing things. So it's like, who I have a hard time. I don't like to have opinions on it because I'm not sure myself.
yeah, I guess
You know
I'm
what I'm
kind of
saying?
in a I could go either way in it. I know it's really hard when you're little and you don't have the things you need, like food and love. I think that's really hard. I wouldn't want that for a kid.
Yeah. But that's saying I know better than the universe, because I know
Yeah.
people that have grown up from that to do really amazing things, or
And
create
they're
really amazing
happy
things,
and
or
they're
invent
yeah.
amazing things, or do something for others that is amazing. So I
Yeah.
can't be smarter than the universe and know who deserves a baby, who doesn't, why this crackhead should have an abortion, because I don't know what that soul is going to do later. So
Do you think that maybe do you think that soul can, like, okay, that soul goes into me.
yeah,
Let's say Einstein gets into me and I'm not in a place where I can
yeah,
emotionally, physically,
yeah,
financially, or whatever handle it.
yeah,
And so I decide to have an abortion.
yeah,
I'm sorry, a Bobo,
yeah.
TM. And then does that energy just stop there, or can that soul just go into your uterus where you're like in a place?
I believe so.
That's what I've
That's
always
what I
kind of
feel.
pictured.
Yeah, that's what I feel. But
Um,
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't.
know.
Yeah, yeah,
We don't know.
yeah.
Is that okay?
That's okay. It's okay to not know, and it's okay to have mixed feelings. And I think here's the issue, and I hope next season we do a book on this black and white thinking, because I think sometimes people want you to pick: are you this or are you this? Are you black or are you white? And you have to be one of those. And I'm not.
I'm not either. I
And
don't I
yeah,
I'm not anti-abortion or pro-abortion or anything. I just want you do you.
yeah, yeah. And I think it's okay to be both. And I'm so happy that I'm friends with you, because it's like I never feel pressure. You have to choose one, Izzy, or you can't. I've seen a lot of this on Facebook. If you feel this way, you can defriend me right now.
I'm like, I already did. You're
Like,
a fucking idiot.
anyway, I love you.
I do judge that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I want, like, because we're on different positions in life. Like, you'd like to have a baby.
Mhm. Yeah.
And if somebody got pregnant and they didn't want it, I'd like them to give it to you.
Yeah. I'd like to take
I
it.
mean, I'd like to give you, like, them to give you a baby, but then I'm also like, what if they're not emotionally right in the head,
Yeah.
or they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess it comes down to, we don't care if you have an abortion or not. Like, all comedy aside, like, I just guess
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Is that I'm going to hell. I'm going to get to the pearly gates and they're going to be like, you didn't care.
Yeah. The pearly gates. If I saw pearly gates, I'd be like, oh,
I'd be like,
not my
somebody, that's new
style.
money.
Like,
That's new money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stay away from that. You don't want new money.
Heaven is entirely nouveau riche. It's a little too nouveau riche. It's like, so tacky. So tacky.
Yeah, so too much.
Too much.
Less is more, bitch.
Yeah.
Less is
God,
more.
you ain't got any interior designers out here? Like, come on.
Looks like Donald Trump fucking styled this place. It's like walking there like crazy rich Asians. No. You know what? Give me the badass hell that's hot and like got rad people, good music, whatever.
Although that's tacky too, like flames. Come on, like purgatory is probably cool, minimalistic.
Yeah,
I'm down for purgatory. No pressure to do much.
You're just kind of Netflix and chill.
Yeah, you're just kind of relaxing.
Can you have sex in purgatory? I don't know. You probably can never come.
Oh, yeah. Well, is that any different from now?
We're in purgatory. Turns out, y'all, you didn't make it to heaven.
This is it.
You didn't make it. Oh my God. This is so funny. Let's get down to the afterbirth because, I mean, nobody really cares about anything anyway.
All right. So what do we got for the afterbirth?
So you asked me what adrenals were, and I was like, glands. They're glands. They're two small organs that sit on your kidney. They turn food into energy and manage blood sugar levels. They balance salt and water. They keep your blood pressure normal. They respond to illness and stress, fight or flight.
Are you fight or flight? Like, are you more of a fight or flight?
I am a freeze person. I sit and I get scared for a second. And then I choose to leave or to fight.
Okay.
Like I go freeze, and that's not really a good place to be. Sometimes I stay there for years.
Purgatory again. I'm it depends
she's so
on the situation.
Unused to me asking her questions. Like she's like,
oh my God, somebody asked me a question.
It's your time to shine.
And then I bomb it because I don't know the answer. I'm like, I think I'm a flight. I think I don't like conflict, so I escape. Like I used to do this. Like if I was in a car and arguing with you and I just couldn't take it emotionally, I would jump out of moving cars to get away from the conversation.
Okay, that's extreme.
I don't do that anymore.
Really? I'm glad you don't, because that's not a good stress response.
Yeah. So adrenals produce hormones, right? Like that's the whole deal.
They produce hormones. They and they do timing on when and how fast a child develops sexually.
Oh.
Which is very interesting. And it supports pregnancy as well.
Okay.
So they're very important.
They're important, yeah.
Yeah. They're very important. And then when you look at adrenal fatigue, that is when you get like brain fog, you get all kinds of, you can get all kinds of problems when they've been fired through and made all of this stress hormone.
Yeah, the cortisol.
Yep, cortisol. And then it kind of burns them out for keeping things normal, keeping your stress responses normal.
Yeah, they get tired.
So they get very tired.
Yeah.
And then it manages your blood sugar levels, which like you have to understand that that's where the brain fog comes. You know, when it's turning food into energy, if it's exhausted, you're out of energy.
Okay.
Like that's
Yeah.
when all of those things, and it won't, you're not making as much when you've got adrenal fatigue, you're not making as much testosterone. You're not processing things
Hmm.
the right way.
Yeah.
So, you become, and I think we're all in a state of stress right now.
Hmm.
Like the world is a weird place right now. So we're all kind of, I mean, that pandemic was fucking scary.
It was stressful. Yeah, it was mega stressful.
It was mega stressful. And like, it's not like we have to be aware that we've all thought, like, there was a point at one point in all of us where we're like, we're going to stay inside or we're going to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
So just that, and then the stresses of, wars and all kinds of different stuff going on in the world. We're under adrenal fatigue as a world,
Yeah.
I think, right now.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah. So get the pellet, and that'll be fixed for you.
Okay.
The end.
Yeah. What else are we going to talk about? Thank you for doing all that research, by the way. So we had a post a while ago that we are going to do 1 million followers, and we dropped the book.
We dropped it.
Oh my God. It was so, I'll tell you the top like 3 things I hated about it. Number one, it started out great, and then it was just really confusing. Like there was a lot of like experiment and then pivot and then experiment and then pivot. And then a lot of examples.
That's what we're already doing.
Yeah. And a lot of examples he gave were of, so this was how to get 1 million followers on social media, right? So we were like, yeah, let's go for it. But a lot of examples he gave of people's posts were celebrities. He used Taylor Swift. He used John Pena, I think his name is.
John Grisham.
Yeah.
No, he didn't use John Grisham.
Somebody. He kept using celebrities. I was looking for examples of people like us, nobodies,
yeah,
and growing it that way. So
yeah,
that was it. And then I think it was just, there was no practical advice. It was all kind of like, well, just kind of do it and pivot and, experiment, and which we're doing anyway. And then
he used too many words for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And we couldn't even get through it. Yeah. So we dropped that. Yeah.
Yeah. We quit that.
So too bad. And then we did our own experiments where we bought an ad on Instagram, and that just brought us way more followers. So there you go.
Yeah. You just have to buy your way into the world.
Exactly.
Turns out money matters.
Yeah. Surprise. And then we didn't buy any fake followers. We just bought an ad, and we just ended up getting more likes. And then we also posted about bringing our sexy back, which is going to be our first episode of the 2nd season. So we are coming back, and we're bringing sexy back.
Yeah. We're bringing sexy. It's already working. I went out with my girlfriends the other night. They're like, this sexy back thing is working.
Yeah.
So I can't wait by the time by season 2. I mean, I'm going to be like on a billboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're both going to be on a billboard.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
It'll be in like Warsaw, Poland, next to a gas station. That's fine.
It's going to be like Louisville.
And we're going to pay for it, but it's fine.
An article is written about you. It's actually an ad.
Yeah, we paid for that.
We paid.
So what's like? Let's wrap up the season a little bit. Like, what was your favorite book? What was your least favorite book? What like? I can talk about my least favorite.
Please do, because it's probably mine. I might glom onto it. I hated all the books, so it's like. Just kidding.
My least favorite book, I think my least favorite 2 books was 4 Hour Body and Getting Things Done. And I was laughing because they're both books about how to be more efficient. And they just did not they just didn't land for me. They didn't work at all. So those are my least favorite. My favorite was probably, I hate to say it, Aubrey Marcus.
I love that that's your favorite because you didn't like the guy.
Own the Day, Own Your Life, which just goes to show you can maybe not be crazy about a person, but their work still has value. So that was one of my favorites. And then I think I really loved the Narcissist book and episode. Like, I think that was really like one of our breakthrough episodes. So those are my least and most favorites. How about you?
Well, The 4-Hour Body just was horrible.
Yeah.
I hated that
Yeah.
one. That was just the worst. So that was probably my least favorite. I loved Unfuck Yourself.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I loved our first one. There was like so many that I loved, but Face was a good one.
Face was one of my favorite books to read. Like, it was really great. It was, I love short stories. I love when something's relatable. So all of the stories were relatable to me. So I loved that book by Justine Bateman. Face.
She did
that
a
was
good
fantastic.
job with that
Yeah,
one.
I love
Big
that one
Magic
too.
was good. There were so many good ones. There's going to be so many good ones next time too.
I can't wait till next season. Yay.
And the Narcissist Playbook by Dana Morningstar.
Yeah.
That's the one. That was my favorite series of episodes because I really learned a lot about myself in those. And it just was like, wow. And I learned a hard lesson this year with a narcissist and a malice manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the lesson. You know, when you're struggling with the lesson to get it for years and years in your life, and people just keep coming back in it. And I was just like, oh, I got it. It clicked with that book. And that book was like, I wish everyone would read that book.
Yeah.
I really do. So, that was one of my favorite series of episodes, but I just love doing this with you so much.
I love you.
I love you too. And what's our first episode coming back that we have to look for? Is
bringing sexy back. Yeah, we're bringing sexy
that's gonna
back.
Be so huge.
Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. We're going to try to bring our sexual prowess back.
Ooh, yeah.
Is that why do people do rare for sexiness? Like, where's
I don't know.
Like, are cats sexy?
Are they? I think they're sexier than dogs. I'd fuck a cat before I'd fuck a dog.
And on that note,
weird thing. I like doggy style. That's where you.
There's no kitty style, right?
You know what? You can play both sides.
Yeah. You don't have to be a cat person or a dog person.
Yeah, you can love cats
and dogs
for different reasons.
Wow.
Woof. Woof. Oh my God.
All right. Well,
okay, I absolutely love you. We have shit to do.
We got shit to do. Thank you, everybody, all our listeners, for listening. We love you guys the most.
We love you the best.
Yeah, you're the mostest, the bestest.
We dig you the shit out of you.
All right, love you.
I love you.
See you next season.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Rate and follow us if you like us. If you don't, please don't.
And come visit us at www.theweneedhelppodcast.com. There you can find show notes, links for books. You can join Audible, which is, how we actually read our books. We listen to them. And we have special exclusive content just for you. Also, feel free to subscribe to our Patreon account. That's where you can support us financially because we need it. And it can be anywhere from $1 to $100 billion a month, whatever you can afford. And the link to our Patreon account is www.patreon, and that's spelled patreon.com/We Need Help Podcast. And you can support us on there. We would really appreciate it because we do need help.
Awesome. And we will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Thanks,
Bye.
loves. Bye.